back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a dessert called Fresas con Crema, which basically just means strawberries and cream. It's a dessert that I grew up eating basically my whole entire life. It is a staple in my family. We make it seriously all the time. And summertime is the perfect time to try this because strawberries are in season. This recipe is really easy to either shrink or multiply if you need to make mass quantities of it. So it's actually really simple. All you're gonna need is strawberries, sour cream, and sweetened condensed milk. Sweetened condensed milk, you wanna make sure that you use the brand La Lechera. There's all different types of variations of it, but you just need the plain ones. You don't need, any other flavor added to it or anything, but you wanna make sure that you use the brand La Lechera. I find it pretty much at any grocery store, Fry's, Ralph's, Albertsons. I found it at Winco, Walmart, Costco, so you shouldn't have to search very hard for that. As far as the quantity of strawberries, as much or as little as you want. Today I'm using 3 pounds of strawberries, and again, it's perfect during the summertime because they are in season. Obviously we're gonna need a cutting board and a knife to chop up some strawberries, a bowl to put them in, and we'll also need a blender today. All right, let's get started. So I cleared my area a little bit. I moved the base of the blender and just kept, I don't know what this is, the pitcher looking part, I guess. My bowl, cutting board, strawberries. So basically I just put away the sour cream and the lechera. So whatever quantity of strawberries you're using, 1/3 of them are gonna go into the blender and the other 2/3 you're gonna chop up and put in a bowl. So the ones that are gonna go in the blender are any that you might think are either not ripe enough or a little bit too ripe. We're gonna add some other ingredients into the blender so we can kind of adjust the flavor there, but we want our prime perfect strawberries to go chopped up into the bowl. All right, we are gonna start chopping now. This is an example of a pretty good strawberry. We don't really have any bruising on it and it's pretty. So with the size of this strawberry, I'm just gonna cut off the, what is this called? The tail, I guess, and then cut it into 4ths. So I cut it in half this way and then in half again, and this one is gonna go into my bowl. This one does have a little bit of bruising. It's not quite as perfect, I guess, but we still love it. So again, I'm gonna cut off the top of it. This one I'm not gonna chop up as much because I'm gonna throw it in the blender anyway. So just move through your basket. Again, your prettier ones are gonna go in your bowl and the not as pretty ones you're just gonna put in your blender. And in total, you want about 2/3 in your bowl, the other 1/3 in your blender. If your strawberries are a little bit bigger, you can cut them into more than 4 pieces, whatever you feel comfortable with. This dessert is eaten with a spoon, so you want them to be kind of like a bite size that you're comfortable picking up with a spoon before you put it in your mouth. So there's actually lots of different ways that you can make this dessert. If you ever go to a store and buy it, there's lots of different recipes, some better than others. Usually the ones that you get at stores, I don't really like them as much, probably just because I grew up eating it this way pretty much my entire life. And so then when I tried something different, I was like, what is this? But yeah, there's a simpler way that you can do it. I really like sour cream, so I still like it, but all you do is chop up the strawberries, throw a giant dollop of sour cream in there, and mix in some sugar, and just kind of mix it all together. If you don't like sour cream, you probably won't like that very much. But that was the kind that I made first as a kid, as a wee little baby Jen, I guess. And when I got older, my family was like, okay, you're ready for the bougie version now. So this is the way my whole family makes them. We like to make them just for fun or for parties. Again, it's really easy to multiply and make huge quantities of this. And it's the best to make in the summertime because the strawberries are pretty and in season and sweet. This is a monster strawberry and it has some parts on it that are a little bit imperfect, but I would still like to use a lot of it. So I'm just gonna cut off a little edge of it, not the whole piece, just the little pieces that are a little bit squishy, and I'll still chop it up and put it in my bowl. a little fun fact about this recipe. My mom doesn't super love to cook, so for the most part, if anybody was cooking in my family, it was usually me. So I would make this for my younger brother a lot, and when I went away to college, my my mom tried to make it for him, and when I came back to visit one year, he was like, "Jenny, where did you learn to be a better cook than Mom?" And my mother will forever be mad at me for that, but it's not my fault. I mean, what do you want me to do? Be bad at it? Also, you guys are my witness. My husband, even though he is also Mexican, doesn't speak Spanish, so he doesn't like to call it Fresas con Crema. He likes to call it Mexican strawberry surprise. And he just said to me that that's what he's gonna title this video. So if this goes up on YouTube and it's called Mexican strawberry surprise, we're starting a revolution. If you guys care to know why I ended up starting this YouTube channel, I have a friend who really likes strawberries, and we've been friends for a really long time. She spent a lot of time with my family, I've spent a lot of time with hers, and I came to the realization that she had never had this before. So one night I was making it and I just decided to send her a couple little quick videos on how to make it, and my husband had recommended me making a YouTube channel before, and I admittedly just kind of wrote him off. And my friend was like, "You're so awkward, it's funny, like you should actually make these videos." So here we are. So now that our strawberries are all chopped, we get to the really exciting part of making the sweet goodness. So for now, I'm just gonna move the bowl of strawberries out of the way. I'm not gonna use them quite yet. And I'm gonna pull the base of my blender out. We're gonna need our lechera, our sour cream, and I just grabbed a can opener and a spoon. So, I don't know how many Mexicans you guys have in your life, but we don't really operate off of recipes and measurements, so I don't know how useful I'm gonna be to you right now, but I'm gonna try really hard to describe as much as I can. This little tub of sour cream is 16 ounces, or 1 pound, and I used 3 pounds of strawberries today, so I'm gonna say that I'm probably gonna use half. We'll see how it goes. We'll start with half and go from there. Also, all of this is to taste. The sour cream adds a little bit of tartness, and it also kind of helps the texture a little bit. So if you blend this up and decide that it's too sweet, you want it to be a little bit more tart, you can just add a little bit more sour cream and blend it up again. Fun fact, I did grocery pickup for this, so I didn't pick out the can myself, and it's a little bit bent, so we'll see how this goes. Hopefully I don't hurt myself. Just gonna lift this up. I'm probably going to use about half of this can as well, and this is a 14-ounce can. This is also to taste. This is the part that helps it get sweet. So again, if you blend it up and you taste it and you want it to be sweeter, you can add more of this. All right, so that is about half the can. I'm gonna put the blender lid on here and start her up. All right, so usually, I don't know how much you can see, but some of the sour cream and some of the lechera sticks to the side. So I usually give it a good go and then just use a spoon to scrape the sides and make sure that all of it gets mixed in. And then once I blend it one more time with all of the sides actually blended in there, I'll taste it and see, you know, do I want it to be less sweet or sweeter? The color that you're going for is more of a baby pink, like a pastel pink. So if you blend it up and it seems very bright, you probably need more sour cream or more lechera. Oh, wrong way. And here we go again. Okay, so I like the color a lot more now. I'm just gonna taste it. Don't worry, I got a clean spoon. I am happy with that, but I know that my husband would want it to be sweeter. So I'm gonna oblige and I'm gonna add more lechera. So ultimately, I think I'm probably gonna use about 3/4 of this can. I'll try to do some quick math here. What's 3/4 of 14? Probably like 4 or 5 ounces-ish of lechera that you want. Don't come for me if I didn't get that spot on, okay? What? 3/4 of 14? Oh. I was thinking 1/4. Okay, so I was thinking 1/4, and that's why I said somewhere between 4 and 5 ounces. But it would be 10 or 11 that actually goes in the blender, and somewhere between 4 and 5 that stays in the can. I promise I have a business degree, and sometimes I have a brain. It's just not always on a Friday night, you know? So our strawberry concoction is all blended up, so I'm just gonna kind of clear my space a little bit so that the focus is on this beautiful bowl of strawberries that we're about to finish off here. All right, so I'm just gonna take that off, and you're just gonna pour it right over. I'm holding the little blade thing, that's what my finger's doing in there. And then you just mix it up. So the whole ratio of 2/3 chopped and 1/3 blended up is so that you have enough liquid strawberries to kind of cover up all of the chopped ones. So this is what it looks like when it's all done. I like to put it in the fridge for a couple hours before I eat it, but you can just have at it. I won't judge you. Well, there you have it. That's how you make fresas con crema. Not Mexican strawberry surprise, but fresas con crema. If you actually try this out and you like it, definitely let me know in the comments. I want to know your thoughts on it. And if you have any suggestions on what I should cook for you guys next, definitely let me know. If you like this video, if you enjoyed this adventure with me, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that you can come along with me on my next cooking or crafting adventure. Thanks so much for watching.